それも聞いた。それでね、私たち。まあ、皆さんご心配あり。
Hey guys, it's Ashley here with WatchMojo, and these are the top 10 anime where everybody hates the main character. For this list, we're going to be looking at the anime where, for whatever reason, the protagonist is reviled by the masses, at least for a considerate amount of time, before they're able to switch things around. Think we missed a key social pariah? Let us know in those comments, and as always, if there's an anime list that you want to see, go to my Twitter at AshJbo, give me a follow, and let me know. Number 10, Kemono Jihen. There's one universal overarching theme when it comes to media that happens to feature any kind of fantasy or monsters. Humans are the worst. Emotionally stunted and forced to work manual labor, Kabane was basically an exile from the time he could walk, not helped by the inhuman scent that emanated from him. While he would find family with his fellow Kemono down the line, he did have to deal with getting a bullet through the head for his new life to start. Number 9, Blue Exorcist. Rin didn't have it easy even before he knew of his heritage, often getting drawn into fights even when trying to be a stand-up guy. Then he found out his daddy was Satan, and it all went up in blue flames. Despite dedicating himself to hunting down demons and using his hellish powers for good, Rin is still a target of his fellow exorcists who see him as a legitimate threat, not to mention the initial animosity from his brother. That's a lot to deal with, whilst also knowing the Prince of Darkness wants to use him to bring hell on Earth. Number 8, Food Wars. It's a classic underdog story, only with a lot more gourmet dishes thrown into the mix. Hailing from an average diner and possessing mad cooking skills, Soma was initially met with scorn upon entering an elite cooking academy because, well, it's an elite cooking academy. With their snobbish attitudes and egos confronting him at every turn, Soma had to consistently prove himself, often via a shokugeki, to show he had the figurative and literal chops to succeed in such a cutthroat environment. Turns out a silver spoon is no match for hands-on experience. Number 7, Rascal does not dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. Turns out that you don't even have to fit into any kind of archetype to find yourself on the lower end of the social ladder. Sometimes people can just be jerks. After a brush with adolescent syndrome left him with a sudden, garish wound, rumors began to circulate around Sakurai as to the cause, with many coming to the conclusion that he's dangerous and someone not to hang around with. Granted, after finding love with someone as relentlessly amazing as Mai, Sakurai doesn't need any kind of affirmation from the student body. Number 6, Bungo Stray Dogs. The armed detective agency may have given Atsushi a home and a purpose, but it certainly hasn't made up for a childhood full of abuse and neglect on an astronomical scale. Whether due to the innate cruelty of those who worked there, or because of his ability to turn into a were-tiger, Atsushi was constantly beaten and mistreated. whatever warped way the headmaster was trying to demonstrate evil for the purpose of rejecting it, it was still absolutely barbaric and left a lot of physical and unseen scars on poor Atsushi.
許す必要などないよ。たとえどんな信念があろうと、彼が君にしたことは許されざる最悪の蛮行だ。
Number 5, my teen romantic comedy Snafu.
砕け散るのは君の方だ。
Yeah, high school sucks. Embittered by the cavalier and conformist attitudes of everyone around him, Hachiman chooses instead to live a pragmatic life, uninterested in the social ladder of his peers. Naturally, this doesn't make him very popular, which is kind of difficult when you end up in a club that specializes in anything and everything.
というわけで見ればわかると思うが、彼はこの腐った目と同様根性も腐ってる。そのせいでいつも孤独な哀れむべきやつだ。
While Hachiman's cynicism is perfectly understandable, it only makes watching his antics all the more painful as he deals with the crap his peers throw at him. At least he's got a certain Ice Queen, Sunflower, and Hot Teacher by his side.
引きがや、誰かを助けることは君自身が傷ついていい理由にはならないよ。
Number 4, Trigun. Hey, if you're going to be the most feared and despised man alive, you might as well enjoy the infamy. With a bounty with too many zeros to count, Vash lives his days fleeing from a whole lot of gunslingers while still trying to stay true to his pacifistic mentality. Naturally, with so many outlaws and scumbags on his trail, that belief gets pushed to its limits.
You can't possibly draw. You seem to think you've never killed anyone, but I'm afraid you're very sadly mistaken.
We all know that Vash can snipe down a fleet if he so chooses, but it's his creed in preserving life that only prolongs his suffering, especially when tangoing with true monsters such as knives and legato.
A wasted existence who only spoke in aggravating logic. A worthless human being, just like me, but unlike you.
That's enough!
Number 3, Naruto.
ね、あの子。例の子よ。一人だけ落ちたらしいわ。いい君だわ。
Nowadays, he might be known as the Hokage and the hero of the Leaf Village, but back during his early days as a wannabe ninja, Naruto was pretty much the most hated figure of all. Why? Because he had a fox demon stuffed in his body, which he wasn't even aware of until his early teens, when someone let it slip.
お前は里のみんなにずっと騙されていたんだよ。おかしいとは思わなかったか？あんなに毛嫌いされて。
With many unable to separate the boy from the creature lurking inside him, Naruto was rejected by everyone he knew up until he slowly began to earn respect as a shinobi. No wonder he started acting out.
お前らさ、あんな真似できねえだろ。だけど俺にはできる。俺はすごいんだってばよ。
Number 2, Dororo.
取引である。もし我が領土を守護し、我に天下を握らせるならば、それより他に。
With a father like that, Hyakimaru was doomed from the start, having his body and senses sacrificed to demons in exchange for prosperity of the land. The crippled swordsman had to fight every day to earn back what was stolen from him.
忘れよ。あれは初めからいなかったのだ。
Hacking and slashing through giant creatures is bad enough, but after word spread that his survival puts the land in danger, pretty soon, he's got his whole family calling for his demise. That's just a shitty experience no matter how you swing it.
兄上、あなたに父上がしたこと、私は正しいとは思いません。生まれてくる我が子を鬼神に食わせ、見返りに国の繁栄を願うなど。
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, The Rising of the Shield Hero.
勇者でなければ即刻処刑者だ。
処刑?
And this is why living life as an izakaya would suck. Because you never know which magical kingdom you'll end up in, and whether or not the populace are reasonable people or absolute bastards in need of a berserk-level eclipse.
なんでお前そんなこと。俺たち仲間じゃ。
In Naofumi's case, he's unfortunately found himself in the position of the shield hero, and in doing so became a target of a royal conspiracy. Accused of assaulting a princess, left disgraced, and hated by the manipulated public, portrayed as a literal devil, our boy did not get a break. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.